Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining and welcome to our Global Culinary Certification webinar. I see that people are still joining in. We have people from all over the world. That's always good to see. And we have Chef John with us. John, would you like to introduce yourself? I guess pretty much everyone
Hello,
knows.
everybody. You're very welcome to our webinar. And yeah, thank you, Anand. So yeah, the numbers are coming in. It's nice and steady. And some nice messages coming in as well here, I see. Lovely messages. Very nice. Yeah, coming from Turkey and Macedonia. Where else? United Kingdom. Very good. Lots of things. Greetings from Jordan, Chef Mohammed. Okay, so we'll wait. We'll give it a few more minutes because there are people seems to be joining all the time, which is great. So we've had a great response to this, Anand.
Yeah, for
Really
sure.
good response, which was
Yeah,
excellent.
we received a lot of interest, and
Mm.
just to introduce myself, my name is Sanand. I'm the digital and education product manager at Worldchefs. I've been with Worldchefs for about 5 years now, and I look after our education, certification products, and digital products all together. And I guess John, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself as well.
Yeah. So my name is John Clancy, and I'm the education director. So as Anand said, we just I manage the education certification program and the recognized schools programs. I've been with World Chefs for more than 20 years, I'd say. But in this position, I've been in this position since about 2012, I think, or thereabouts, yeah. And yeah, we've seen lots of changes, lots of improvements, and it's been great to see so many chefs taking interest in our certification program, because it offers amazing opportunities for chefs. So we are, I think we're going to we won't start yet. What are we at? 84. So we'll wait for a few more minutes, will we?
Yep. So we
Okay.
can wait a few more
Yeah,
minutes,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I've shared my screen.
Yeah.
We have a little presentation for you guys. We'll go through a couple of topics, and we have a Q&A session at the end. We'll be able to take your questions. You can put those in the chat. We have Isla, our monitor. She's monitoring the chat. Also, we will be asking you two questions in the poll at the end of this presentation,
Mhm.
and please respond to that so we understand better about your interest and our audience as well.
Okay, so more friends coming in. Okay, some from Serbia and okay, and from the United Kingdom, Macedonia, Turkey. Excellent. Really good to see so many people joining. Very nice. Okay. So we'll wait and we'll see. What are we at now? We have almost 90 coming in. 91. I think people are probably getting themselves linked in because we're also dealing with different time zones, obviously. Yeah.
Yep.
Um, in our part of the world, Anand is based in Paris. I'm based in Dublin, Ireland. So there's only an hour between us, but then in other parts of the world it can be quite a difference. But we are I think we might what time are we now? We always wait a couple of minutes anyway. So we give it one more minute and then we'll start. Is that okay?
Yep.
We're gonna hit the magic 100 soon. So mhm.
Okie dokie.
Okay, Andrew, go ahead.
Jonathan, we can start.
Yeah, let's go.
So here's the agenda, the topics that we'll be going through.
Mhm.
We'll start with the introduction to culinary certification, improvement changes, and the benefits that we have. We'll then move to certification levels. We'll look at different certification levels, and we'll talk about how to pick the right level for yourself and how the handbooks can really help you in doing so. We'll take a look at that. Pre-assessment. This is something that we have added as a feature. So now you can do a pre-assessment even before applying for the certification. You can find out if that certification level is the right level for you or not. Then we'll talk about how to access the application from the website, from the official Worldchef website, where to click and how to get there. And then we'll look into the application process itself. We'll look at the application form, different parts of the application form, and step-by-step process in order to submit your application. And what happens after you submit the application, we'll talk more about that, how long it'll take for you to get your badge, and what happens in the background. And then at the end, we'll do a Q&A. So feel free to send your question in the chat or raise the hand, use that feature to do so. So with that, I'll give the floor to you, John.
Thank you. Thanks, Anand. Okay, so I suppose for those of you, some of you may already be aware of World Chef Certification, but for those who aren't aware, so this was a program that we developed back in 2012, and we developed it for the purposes of, being able to offer chefs an opportunity to have them to have their skills and their professionalism and their education and so on and so forth recognized, with giving it a kind of a global benchmark. So this is what this is about, is a prestigious framework for culinary professionals. We worked with leading employers, and we also worked with other consultancy agencies, chefs and so on and so forth, who kind of gave us a guide as to what we should be looking at. And basically it is there that it validates your skills, against the global benchmark which we set up. Because what we wanted to do is we wanted to create the global standards that every chef that could aspire to. So, with that in mind, that's where the whole process began, and that's where it's at today. It is very much, based on quality assurance. It has to be done that way because we believe that that's what gives it its credibility. So that's where it's at. We're now coming on to a new version of it here, which we're excited to talk about in today. And as Anand has said, we will be talking about that through the program. It's a new landing page, it's a whole new application process, and we hope that you will find it a lot easier to use as well for those of you, because we realize that you're only coming to this for the first time. And that's it. It's a user coming to for the first visit, so they have to make sure that it's an enjoyable experience for everybody involved. So we think that that's what's going to happen. So we'll take it to the next slide, Anand. Thanks.
Sure.
Okay, so what's the key benefits? Well, the key benefits here, if you look at them here, you can see it's about accelerating your career. So you can accelerate your career with a Worldchefs Global Certification by being, by standing out, from other chefs, because you now have been given this global recognition for your qualifications and your expertise. And that in turn, that makes you more attractive to the job market, because, people will come after you because, they'll see that you have you've met the standards that World Chefs set, in other words, to be awarded with the global certification. So that's really the whole thing behind it. It's very, very important that we understand, what employers are looking for, but it's also important so that employers themselves can be assured that they're going to get the right person, and that person, has the qualifications that they say they have. And through the certification, the global certification process that we use, there's a very strong search. We do it in such a way that, the way it's put together, the way the questions are asked, the way the whole process is done. And we've had a lot of positive feedback from chefs who have been awarded, and they say that it has enhanced their career. So from that point of view, it's a positive all the way. Fast track. Well, fast track is if you wanted to get your students fast tracked. We also have fast track for one or two of our associations, like the American Culinary Federation. We recognize some of their programs, and we fast track those. We benchmark them against some of our badge levels, and then we can offer them fast track. What does fast track mean? It basically means that they don't have to fill in the full application. They only have to fill in a shortened version of it, provide certain evidence, and then the badges are issued to them automatically. That's more for the schools, as I say, and we have a lot of schools signing up to this process, and they see the benefits of it, because the students are not only the students receiving the school certification, but they're also receiving the World Chef certification as well, which in a turn is recognizing this. The World Chefs are recognizing that the schools perform, the schools programs, and so on and so forth, and it's being recognized not just at a national level, but also at an international level. And also from the students' point of view as well, there's opportunities there for them to be able to, they can use their certificates. They're recognized in some countries now, which is great. And that has to be a strength in itself. That means that it has a value. So from that point of view, it's a positive. The digital badges. Well, everyone talks about, certifications. We all got certifications when we were doing competitions and whatever we were at during our lives. And then, along comes this digital badge. So it's, if you like, it's kind of digital credentialing. So instead of having a physical piece of paper, you have this digital badge, which is basically, you can download it from the store. You can show it on your phone. It has all the metadata that is only secured. It's only specific to you. It's a very secure badge, so it cannot be, that the actual information in there is withheld, and it's all to do with you and you only. So from that point of view, it's a very good and secure piece of technology. So you receive it, you can receive your certificate. You can also receive a certificate as well, of course you can, and use that as well as part of your display. Obviously, then making your skills more visible. Well, that's through the Worldchefs Global Culinary Certification, and the way you're doing that is you're using your certification to promote your skills, to promote your professionalism. So that's really they're the benefits, and there are an awful lot more benefits. I could be talking here all day about it, but we have other things we want to talk about as well. So we'll move on to the next slide. Thanks, Anand. So the certification levels and the handbook review. So in here, this is important. We'll just go back. Yeah, perfect. Okay, picking the right certification level. This is really important. First of all, and this is an important point, you must be working in the position that you're actually applying for the badge for. Whatever the badge level is, if it's chef de partie, you're working as chef de partie, you're employed as a chef de partie. There's no point in you applying for executive chef if you're working at chef de partie level, because you're not going to make the match. That's not going to happen. And this is where the pre-testing comes in, and we'll talk about that later on. So it's important that you select the right level of certification that aligns with your skills and expertise. And that's really, it's important from 2 points of view. It's important from, number one, that you'll have a successful application, and number two, that you're picking the right level that matches your skill. That's really important. So you can see here we have 9 levels. We start with the commis chef, and this is a reflection of what happens in the industry. This is a reflection of the promotional grade within the industry. We've also included here the culinary educator. We've also included master chef, and we've included master pastry chef. So they're the typical levels, if you like, that you would be recognized within the industry. Thanks, Anand. So then picking the right level, as we say, this is if you look at the master chef badge, you can see here the holder of the badge is a professional chef with an in-depth knowledge of culinary arts and proven track record, and so on and so forth. So then you must read the handbook. For every badge level, there is a handbook. What's the handbook? The handbook is a very important document, but it actually sets out the requirements of that level. So you really need to read it and be very careful about, understanding what it means, and so on and so forth, because it's very important. Here it is here. You can see here that it also provides valuable guidance and detailed information about each level requirements and the expectations as well. Because remember this, and this is important, if you apply for a level that's way above the level, your grade that you're at the moment, the fact is, you're going to have to drop down. Now, it doesn't really happen, because we get people do read the handbooks, but sometimes people are in a rush, they're excited, and they say, okay, I'm going to go for this, I'm going to go for that level, whatever, without actually thinking. You need to think, and you need to stop and say, okay, What do I need to do here? And let's do it properly. Follow a plan and do it that way. Okay, now thank you. So as we said, we talked about the handbook. So what we did this year was within this time, we decided that we wanted to introduce what we call the pre-assessment. What the pre-assessment does is it actually makes, it's there. It's to determine your eligibility for the certificate level that you are applying for. And that means that you're ensuring that you're selecting the appropriate level of skill for the skills of experience. It's very, very important that you do that and you will not get past this. You have to go through every part of the application process has to be completed before you can move on to the next step. You can go back if you wish to go back, if you want to correct something or if you want to review something, that's not a problem at all. But from going forward, this is how it's going to be. And we officially, I believe we launched today, Anand. I believe, and we go live today. So this
Yes.
will be very interesting to see, and we would value your feedback as well. For those of you that are going to hopefully apply, and we'd value your feedback as to how you find it, going forward and so on and so forth. So yeah, we'll take the next one, and yeah. Okay, so web navigation and accessing the application. I'm going to let Anand talk about this
Sure. Thank
because
you.
so go ahead, Anand.
Thank you, John, for the introduction and letting us know the benefits and the bits and pieces on how to pick the right level of certification. So now I'll talk about how to access the application. How do you actually get to the main application and also the pre-assessment application? So basically, if you visit our official website, worldchefs.org, you will see that we have a menu bar. If you hover the mouse on Training and Certification tab, you will see under Get Recognized, you have Global Culinary Certification option there. So once you click on that, you will be then seeing a landing page, which then talks about the introduction, everything that John mentioned, basically, the benefits of it, the levels of different badges that we have there, the career pathway graphic that we just saw. You'll be able to see all of that. You'll be able to read all of the information that is there. We have different sections for different audiences. If you're individual, we have information for you, the process. And if you're a school, then you can also read, and also an employer. So we have three different navigational boxes there for people to read. And then once you click on the button called Explore the Levels, you'll be able to see a page which has a list of all the badges. And then you will see along with each badge, we have three options. One is to read the handbook, which is very important for you to understand if this is the right level. The second one is check eligibility, which will take you to the pre-assessment form, where you will be asked questions, yes and no questions, and then you can respond to those to check your eligibility. The second one is actually to select that badge once you have determined that this is in fact the right level for you to apply. And once you click on select, you'll be able to see a page which then gives you the information about what's coming in the application, an overview of the whole process. And then at the end of that page, you'll be able to click on apply now. This is the button which will lead to the main and actual application form. So just to talk about the application form, here's the application form. You'll be able to see the information that is there before you start. There are two notes, you can read those. There are a few conditions, you can read those and also check those boxes before you start the application. You will then have the opportunity to select the level that you're applying for in the application form. And then, and again, it depends on when you read the handbook, when you've done the pre-assessment, what level you should go for. Once you select that level, you'll be able to start filling the information. And there are different parts of this application. We have 5 parts application. And then the first one is basically to ask the basic details about you, your name, email, date of birth, country of residence, and so on and so forth. Not a lot of information, just basic information that we need. And then the part two is the employment details. If you're working in a company, name of that company, address, if they have a website, phone number, and so on and so forth. So the second step is to provide employment details and your background. And then comes the third step. The third step is to upload evidence and provide information. And this depends on the level of certification that you will select. So all the fields that you see on the form, on the application form, will change according to the certification level and the badge level that you're applying for. So, for example, the part third will be, we'll ask you for some photos of the recipe or the dishes that you've done and some video clips, for example, upload documents, certificates to make your application stronger and to make sure it's successful. And then the fourth part is the payment. Based on the level of certification, you'll have the payment displayed here automatically. So all you need to do is to pay and submit. You also have an option to save. Sometimes you need more information, you need more time to get that information. You might not have that readily available. You can just click on save, and then you can come back later and then pay and submit at a later stage. So you don't have to do everything at one go. And once again, I want to mention that this is a skills recognition application-based program. There is no course. Sometimes people get it confused that it's certification, so we have to sign up, take a course. It doesn't work like that. So it's a skills recognition. All you need to do is to fill in the application that I just showed you, provide us the basic information, and the last step is to pay and submit. And then we'll get your submission and we'll review that.
Just a couple of points, and I'm sorry if I may just step in
Sure.
there. Just on when they're uploading evidence to those different files, those ones there, yeah,
Yeah.
those. So it's important that they know that I presume there's a size limit on the file there, isn't there?
Yes. So in terms of the files, if you need help, you have this little text at the bottom of this section. You can read what type of file that needs to be uploaded. You can upload any number of files and try to make sure to not upload like heavy files because then the system will take a lot of time uh, to submit your application, basically.
So
Uh,
one way of doing, I'm just looking at that particular one, which is a good example actually. So dishes based on standardized recipes. That it is important that they're not just putting up copies of the dishes that they're creating. They're also including the recipes as well, which is a requirement as part of this part. So it needs to go in there. So they can either format a kind of a recipe sheet with a photograph of the dish on it, and then provide the recipe underneath it or whatever. Sometimes they provide it using an Excel sheet or whatever. They can do it like that. But it's important that they do that because the other point as well there is that if we require more evidence, additional evidence, uh, they need to understand that um, they will be required to provide that evidence if and when it's requested.
Yes, so I think John, we're going into the post submission. So
Yeah,
let's say you've submitted this application, and the next part we'll talk about the post submission. So what happens there? And as John mentioned, you do have an opportunity to resubmit the application if there's any missing information that we're asking, and that's the third point here. So if there's any clarification that we need, additional evidence, as John mentioned. You will receive an email from us mentioning that we need that missing piece of information, and then you'll be able to resubmit the application, providing us that missing piece.
yeah, right.
And just to go through these points after the submission of the application, uh, you'll have 2 weeks of time when you get the first update on your application, because we've seen people sometime applying and then they expect a sooner reply, but then the standard wait time is 2 weeks. You'll be in 2 weeks of time you'll be able to receive that update. If you need any assistance, if you have any questions in the meantime, if you want to know if it has been 2 weeks, more than 2 weeks, and if you haven't received any update, please click on the contact us page on our website, and then you'll be able to fill out a form and you can ask us your questions through that form. The third point, I already went through that. If there's any missing information, we'll reach out to you. You can resubmit with that information. And then the fourth and the important point is the FAQ. So we have an FAQ page on our website as well. You can access that if you have any questions. We also have an FAQ attached to the web page. You can go through those just in case if you have any question, which is already there. You can refer to that, and then you can get your answers in a faster way this way. I don't know, John, if you have any other points if you want to mention after application submission. Are you there, John? You're on mute.
Sorry, I beg your pardon. We need to just make sure that they understand that they can go back, and just make sure that they put in all the correct information. And you're right, it's very important that, if additional information is required, that they must provide it to us, and they have to do it within a certain time frame as well. Because they get two opportunities. The first is the original submission time, and then the second one is also the second, and it's the final submission. So it's important for them to make sure that they get it right. And what happens then, as you say, is that the assessor will assess the information. They will be contacted through the assessor. They do not know who the assessor is. They shouldn't attempt to contact the assessor because it will be done through a contact board. That's how it's done. So there'll be no kind of interactions other than that. We do that to keep it kind of, I suppose, safe and anonymous for everyone concerned. That's why we do it, and it has worked for us now up to now. So no reason why it shouldn't work in the future.
Yes.
I think that's really. I think the FAQs are very important. I mean, if they need to go there, if they need answers. But like as you say, Anand, as well, they can also reach out to us as well. If they need questions answered. And some people do have difficulty with some of the things. I'm just looking here at one or two of the questions, where some people still think that this is a course. It's not a course.
Yeah.
It's an actual online application form that they're completing. That's what it is. In effect, it's like a kind of portfolio of your skills and your expertise and how you work in the job that you do every day. You're talking about that. So yeah, it's important that they understand that they're not getting mixed up. It's not a Worldchefs Academy link. It's not linked to Worldchefs Academy. Some people seem to think it is. It's not.
Yeah. So all of those things that John mentioned, and of course, we made this simple for you. The application system is now very straightforward. You only have 4 parts. I apologize, I said 5 parts in the beginning, but we have 4 parts, even short version, and then it's very user-friendly. And you can, as I mentioned, you can save. If you don't have the information, you can submit the application later. And just to John's point, as John mentioned, this is not a course, because when we talk about certification, people think instantly that they have to take a course and then they'll get their certificate. But that's not the case. This is a skills recognition, assessment-based, form-based, application form-based certification program. So you have to provide us with the information and then documents, evidence, and then we assess it. And then you get your badge and certificates if you've applied for the right level, of course, and if you qualify for that. So having said that, let's see what else we have here. So
Just on that point, just go back down that point, and just for 1 second, sorry. Just on that point, and this is something that I stressed in previous webinars. We as chefs, we believe in this thing of being able to be well organized and so on and so forth. And we have this lovely term that we call mise en place. So I would be saying to you guys, anyone who's intending, to make an application, maybe just take a review of this. The handbook is a great guide. The handbook is a fantastic guide because it tells you exactly what you're looking for, what to look for, what to have. So, gather all this information beforehand rather than have to say, okay, I need this, I need that, and I have to go and find it somewhere else. It's in a drawer somewhere or whatever. Try and gather it all together even to the point of maybe create a folder on your desktop or on your laptop. You have all your documentation in there, and you can just pull it from there into the different parts of the application. It's just about being organized for yourselves, because like all of those kind of things, they all delay it. And by the way, take your time with it. There's no rush with these things. Do it, take your time, review it, go back over it, even get if you think, you're missing something, you know, just make sure that you again always have the handbook beside you, because that's your reference. That is your reference. That's your key to this whole application process. And that's the key to making sure that you'll have a successful application. It's very, very important. As Anand has said, you know, um, that's really the whole point of it. The second thing then as well is that, which we need to say is that when you have been approved, and the final approving process, by the way, will be that it passes from, we have two stages for the approval. The first one is the initial stage, the initial approval stage from the assessor, and the second one is the approval stage from our quality assurance team, because we make sure that everything, not just from our side, but also from the quality assurance side as well. And that's what we've built this program on. The reputation of this program is built on the quality assurance. So it's very, very important from us, from our point of view, and we don't apologize for that, because we believe that, it stands for everyone in the end. That's what gives it its credibility. So from that point of view, once everything has been cleared, you will then be issued to the badge. The badge is issued directly to your email. So it's important again to make sure that the information you're giving us in the first place is the correct information, that we have the correct email. We have had situations where some people have kind of mid application time, they've changed their email, and then we've no contact, we've lost contact. You need to make sure that the email that we have is the email that we will continue to use for the duration of your application. Once it has been done, the badge is issued. You can download it. You can do whatever you want with it. You can also have your title inscribed or stitched onto your badge, or sorry, not onto your badge, onto your chef's jacket. You can use it in your own professional marketing logo, so forth and so forth. So, it has a lot of benefits. A lot of benefits. Thanks, Anand.
Yep. Thanks, Sean. So we can now open for Q&A, or can we do the poll first?
Yeah,
and
let's do the poll now. Yeah.
do the poll. Yeah.
So, Isla.
You will be receiving a pop-up on your screen, everyone watching, two questions basically, and you can provide your responses. And I guess Isla has already sent out the poll. So we'll wait for a few more minutes to get all the responses, just to better understand our audience and the responses there.
Okay.
Seems to me at this point we have a lot of people they don't have global
They don't have a thing, yeah.
So
Okay.
this is the perfect webinar for you, because
Yeah, it's
this is
perfect.
how you can learn how to get certified
Absolutely.
and the process involved from the beginning to the end. So 64% people, and the poll is still going on. People are still responding, but so far I can see that majority of the people doesn't have global culinary certification.
And I have to say as well, and just from the initial, and I know we've done some pre-testing, but we've had a couple of people, we've had a couple of applicants come in already, and they seem to have found the process very, very simple and straightforward, very user friendly, which is good for everybody. Yeah.
Absolutely, and we made it that way, that it's
Yeah.
very simple, because we know the technical difficulties can sometime
Yeah. Can
you know
put people off
yeah,
totally.
can put people off, and you really need time to focus on the application itself, because there's documents, evidences, and on top of that, if you have this technical aspect, so
Yeah.
that's we made it easier from the technical standpoint, so you can focus on the application, the main application. To the second question, and again, people are still responding, but to the second question, how likely are you to apply for Worldchefs Global Culinary Certification or recommend it to your colleagues? I can see that 77%, majority of the people
Mm.
are saying that they will very likely that they will apply for it themselves and then recommend it to their colleagues as well. So that's
Yeah,
very
so please go to our website. Yeah, so we're looking for this.
Yep. So I think I don't think we're receiving any more responses. So yeah, so 55% are saying that they don't have the
Mm.
certification. 76% will very likely go for this or either recommend it to their colleagues. So that's very good to see. It's a very positive
Absolutely. Absolutely.
response, John.
Yeah, good.
Isla, should we wait for a few more
We
minutes?
still have people coming in, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we still have a few more votes coming
We
in.
have
I
we
guess,
have we have some questions as well.
yeah, the total percentage, I think
Yeah,
that the trend, we know the trend, so
yeah,
that's
yeah.
great.
Yeah.
So now we can go to the Q&A. I guess we received a lot of questions on the chat. We have some questions in the Q&A. Some people are still raising their hands, so let's get to
Okay,
it.
the first question I have here is anonymous. Hello, I have a foundation that I plan to set up in Korea. That's a very long question. I might answer that question. I might answer that question lightly. Okay, there's another question here. How long is the badge valid for? The badge is a lifetime. It's awarded as a lifetime, a badge, which is very important. So yeah. So what if you leave your current job? If you leave your current job, um, if you've and you become unemployed within whatever, I don't know, whatever certain time, well then you should still, well actually you have to be currently employed in that position. So if you've already stated that you're with one employer, but then you've moved to another employer, well then you may need to change the details of that employer.
Okay, I'll take the next one, John. How to make payment from India. It's the payment is part of the application form. So as soon as you've filled all the details, your application is ready. In the end, you'll see the amount displayed automatically based on the level you've selected, and then you'll be able to pay and submit no matter wherever you are in the world. You'll be able to make the payment online.
Yeah.
You want to take the second one, the other one?
This one here, yeah. There's one here from, that's the one I'm looking at there. That's it. Okay. That's what I'm
I guess
looking
the question is, so Iman is
at.
asking, in order to take the head chef badge, do we need to take all the badges before that?
No, 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 no. There's no need. No, because if he's already no, that's a very good question actually. Um, if he's currently working as an executive chef, as a head chef, well then he can apply for that badge. The only difference is with the higher levels is that if somebody applies for Master Chef, well, they already have to have, and in order for them to be eligible to apply for MasterChef, they either have to, number one, for fast track, number one, they have to hold an equivalent MasterChef certification. And that's the only ones that are doing that at the moment are the American Culinary Federation. That's clear. For the other badges, for the standard MasterChef application, they must hold a World Chef Certified Executive Chef badge before they can apply, before they're eligible to apply for the standard MasterChef application. Not fast track, standard. And this is a very important point too as well, and that people must need to understand that no, you will get people saying, "Oh, I'm going to apply for fast track." They need to
Mhm.
be very careful. If they don't meet the requirements for fast track, they will not. They just won't be they won't be accepted. It's as simple as that. So they need to be very careful. Read the requirements. Again, I go back to the point about reading the handbook. It's so important. It really is, because everything, all the information, as we both say, is there. It's
So,
not.
so what we're saying is that, for example, John, if I want to apply for chef de cuisine, I don't really need to apply or to have sous chef, chef de
No,
partie.
no, because if you're working at no, because if you're working at that level, if you're working at sous chef level or chef de cuisine level, well then that's it. That's
Okay,
that's that's what gives you the eligibility to
makes
apply.
sense. Makes sense. If you have the skills, if you are working as in that,
Yeah.
on that level, then go for that level. And
Yeah. I'm
that's
looking at this one here, right? Okay, for the topic. Thanks for the clarity. To say, so you just recently, no, I'm going to answer that question. I'm going to answer. It's a long question, and I get where he's coming from, but I'll answer the question. Okay,
yeah.
Master Chef, World Chefs promise, sorry, pre-commis chef and sustainability education are available in World Chefs Academy. Yes, I can. Of course you can, but they don't qualify you. This is a very important point as well. Neither the World Chefs pre-commis chef program or the sustainability program, they do not qualify you to apply for, any higher level of a chef, like as in Master Chef and that. We have had a couple of these, and we've had to advise them that they're not eligible. They're simply not eligible. Bernard Charles, what's the difference between a certified pastry chef and a master pastry chef certification? Okay, the difference is that the master pastry chef is at a higher level. Obviously, it's like saying, say, executive chef. What's the difference between an executive chef and a master chef? We all know that there's a difference because they're working at higher levels, they're working at a higher skill level, and so on and so forth. So that's really what that is. There's different requirements, different skill levels, different knowledge levels, and so on and so forth. So that's the difference there, Bernard. What if you retire? Well, if you retire, we don't do actually. We don't do badges, so we don't do a certification for retired chefs. Um, we never have, so we just don't. How much is the fee? Depends on the badge you're going to apply for. But again, you'll see them if you select one of the badges here. If you click on the badge on our website, and it'll take you to the actual badge. It then takes you down to the fee. It tells you exactly how much the fee is. It's all in the handbook. Everything is there. Okay, everything is there. No, so the Pre-Commis Chef Culinary Foundation is recognized globally. Is the Pre-Commis Chef Culinary Foundation? I believe it is. Yes, the pre-commis chef. It is. It is. It's under the World Chefs Academy. But again, remember, it's a 6-week course. A lot of chefs are using it as a refresher course, to update their knowledge and skills. So it's in that sense, it's possibly a good one. If I own my own restaurant, do I qualify for the certification? Aaron, it depends on if you're a businessman, if you have your own business and you apply for executive chef, you can apply. Yeah, you simply fill in. You're filling in a testament to say that you're a business owner, as opposed to being you're not working for someone else. You're working for yourself. So that covers that. If we apply for any position page, we should have. Where am I? We should have certification of that position. If we apply for any position page, we should have certification of that position. Yes, if you apply, I think that's the way this question is from Rami. I think what you're saying, Rami, is that you're asking me if you go to any of the particular badges, click on the badge. The badge will then will give you the information on that specific badge, of specific requirements that are needed for you to complete the application, or to be able to be eligible to complete the application. So I think that's what that is. Barris, I'm already a certified July from Wax. Well done. Can I apply for this certification? I am already a certified jury from Wax. Can I apply for this certification? Well, the jury, the certified judges are different from the certification. Our certification is Global Culinary Certification. If you're working, again, I'll say it again, if you're working in a position, whether it's executive chef or sous chef or whatever, you can apply for those positions. Yes, you can mention the fact that you're an approved judge with World Chefs. That's not an issue, but it doesn't really give you any, it doesn't give you any kind of any further access in that sense. Okay, Amar, I have cleared my Worldchefs Academy. I apply for Chef de Partie education because I still work as a Chef de Partie. Yes, absolutely. That's what you do. You can do that. Apply for Chef de Partie. No problem. If you're working as a Chef de Partie, apply for Chef de Partie. I want to study more, so I need to pay for other course. Again, Masood, there's no if you want to apply for other courses, they're doing private courses in that case, but not through World Chefs, because World Chefs did this, as I said before, we both said it, Anand and I, we both said that it's an actual application program. It is not a course, not as such, not a course. Okay, I hope each certificate with an original certificate is in the pin. I'm not quite sure about that question. I'm not so sure about that one. I have World Master Chef Diploma. Can we apply for World Chef? Unfortunately, World Chefs don't recognize the World Master Chef Diploma. So you can apply, but you can't apply for Master Chef, because unless you're already an executive chef, if you already hold a World Chef Certified Executive Chef certification, then you can apply for Master Chef because you're eligible to do so. But if it's just for the World Master Chef, currently it's not recognized by World Chefs. Is the Culinary Educator badge for both working in FE and HE up to Master Level 9? Bernard, the Educator badge is for if you're working as a culinary educator in either of these levels, further education or higher education, yes, you are eligible to apply for Culinary Educator badge, definitely. Okay, last one is from Richard. Okay, I only have a close-up picture of dishes, not pictures of me holding the dishes, but I do have videos of me plating certain dishes. Does this count for the CDP application? Yes, we could accept those. We would accept those, absolutely. But you'll need to be able to, because we need to have some proof or evidence that you have actually prepared these dishes. So we would ask you to, if you're going to do that, quite welcome to do it. Make sure the videos are short, and you might answer that. That's a more technical side of it for you.
I'm sorry, which
Oh no, the chef is gone. Where's it gone? Where's it gone? There's more after coming in now. Sorry, sorry.
I only have a close-up picture of dishes, not pictures of me holding.
Yes, that's it. Yeah.
I do have videos of me plating certain dishes. Does it count on CDP? Well, as long as we can see the outcome, I guess,
Yeah,
Sean.
absolutely. Yeah.
You don't have to be holding anything. You can just, put the plate down. You can take a picture, or if
Yeah.
as long as we can see the outcome,
Yeah.
we'll be okay.
So here's one here, anonymous attendee. Is Australia Culinary Federation recognized globally? So we have to apply only to those that are recognized by World Chef, right? We have a partnership with the Australian Culinary Federation, so we would be more than happy to welcome applications, coming through our partner, Australian Culinary Federation, absolutely. And Masood, thank you, Masood. Thank you for that kind words. Very nice. Okay. I think anonymous. Should I apply for executive chef? I am working as executive chef. Yes, is the answer. I love straight answers, simple answers.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay,
So,
I'm from Peru. How can we enhance these benefits of this level of certification for a better position in gastronomic education institution? Well, you may want to look at our website, but we could also, we may also want to talk to you as well if you wish about our recognized school program, Eureka. So, if you wish to do that, please do so. Send an inquiry to us, and we'll be more than happy to get back to you with more information. Okay. If you're working as a pastry chef, so what's this here? If you're working as a pastry chef and plan to apply as a legume entre métier, what do you recommend? Well, you're working as a pastry chef. So are you a veg cook? Or if you're working as a veg cook, don't understand that question.
can they apply? Can this person apply for certified pastry chef if they're working as a pastry chef?
Well, if they're working as a pastry chef, yes, of course they can, yeah.
Right.
But then they're saying, and plan to apply as a legumier or entremetier. Well, entremetier is a pastry. Yeah, 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 yeah. Sorry, I forgot that. Yeah,
Well,
no,
again,
that's it.
the handbook. If you go to the website, if you click on
Yeah,
pastry chef to read the handbook, if you
totally.
meet the requirements, if that's the right level, then you
Yeah,
can apply. If you don't, then you have another 8 different levels. You can also have a look at those
yeah.
and apply it.
Okay, Milan. Level. Okay, I see one here from Bharat. How will the certification help in India? Well, Bharat, I don't know whether you're a member of the Indian Federation of Culinary Associations, but they have very active chef associations in India, in both and South Indian Culinary Federation as well. So maybe give them a give them a contact, talk to them. They're very active. They're very good membership there. They have their own certification programs, which are recognized by World Chefs. So that could be one place to start, and then take it from there. But certainly, from home, I'm quite sure that they've worked very hard as well to develop certification programs and making sure that chefs like that, or like as we say, where chefs are getting recognized for their skills, which is what we're about. That's what World Chefs are always about, making sure that we give chefs an opportunity to be recognized globally for their skills and expertise. Okay, and then we have, I would like to say, there's two questions there. I'll answer them quite long. Okay, how about earning World Chefs badges already and seeking to apply to the companies? We need to go through the site again. I don't understand the question. How about earning World Chef badges already and seeking to apply to the companies? Do we need to go through the site already? I think they're asking me there that if the badge has already been awarded. Am I right on that? I think that's what I'm getting here.
Yeah, it's if I
If they've
think that
already got, yeah,
yeah. Go ahead,
if they've
Johnny.
all,
Take
if
this.
they've already got the badges, well, then they have the badges. Well, then all they got to do is just, they send a link to those to the prospective employers, and
Right,
then they use
exactly.
them.
And you can put that in your resume. You can
Mm,
this is a digital badge, so you can add it to your LinkedIn profile, you can share on LinkedIn, and so that people can see, and also your
exactly.
potential employers
Yeah,
can see you. So definitely you can showcase that in
absolutely. And there's one here coming in from Amr. Okay, are there more seminars and lectures in the coming days? Well, there are always, if you go to our website, there's lots of podcasts. We have over 100 podcasts there on various topics and issues, which are very interesting, very educational. We have our
yes.
sustainability programs. We also have our World Congress coming up in Singapore, which promises to be a great lineup of speakers
Yes. What I
and
would
presentations.
what I would recommend on that point is to subscribe to our newsletter. Uh,
Mm,
we send out weekly and monthly newsletters, so you have all the information to all the upcoming events. You can go to our events page on our website just to see what's coming. But definitely, we do have more webinars coming up in future.
yeah, yeah. Another question there, just from Suffield, sorry. How about certified culinary educator? Does it have prerequisite? Well, the prerequisite is you have to be working as a culinary educator. That's it. And then work from there. Richard, travel, do you need? Okay, should I apply?
So I'll take one question, John. So the
Sure,
question
go ahead.
for Harish, how can I access the handbook and exam? And again, the handbook can be accessed from the web page which has the listing of all the badges. There's a button that links to the handbook. And again, this is not an exam. And again, don't confuse yourself. This is a skills recognition, assessment based, and application form
Application.
based program. So we review your document information and then we assess the application. It's not an exam.
Mm.
The next question is, John, hi, I'm a business owner and social media content creator. So how can I apply?
Well, he has to be working at one of those levels of cooking.
Right. You have to be in the industry or you have to
Yeah.
have sort of an experience
Yeah.
from past, current, and then you'll be able to read
Mm.
the handbooks and select the right level. for you and apply.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Then is from Richard, do you need to take a video with the dish while you're briefly describing the dish you produced?
You can
As
if you want.
shown, we
You can if you want, but we much prefer photographs,
yeah,
whichever is applicable. But I think the photographs probably the safest.
yeah. The next question is, should I apply for a certified trainer certification from any Worldchefs Partners institutes in Pakistan, like Pakistan Institute of Tourism and Hotel Management?
So sorry, should he? Which one is that? Sorry, make that.
Should I apply
Oh, I see it
for a
here. Trainer certification
trainer?
from any Worldchefs partners. Well, that's up to him. I mean, that's not we don't have any control over that because they offer those programs individually. They're not world chefs. I mean, if the school itself, if it's a school that we recognize, the world chefs recognize as one of our quality approved schools, that's different. That's what it is. But what they will be getting is if they do a course there, at the end of that course, they'll be getting a kind of a certificate of completion, and on that certificate there will be, their logo, the word chef, saying that it's an approved program. But it doesn't, that's it. It doesn't. If they want to apply for, I keep saying it, and we both keep saying it. If they want to apply for global certification, they have to be working at or employed at one of those levels, the badge levels. You know.
Hmm.
Okay, anonymous. Stacey, it's an application site to get a job. I wouldn't. Would I go that far? Basically, it's an application site to say, well, the application itself, I'd say this about in defense of our certification. The certification has a lot of benefits, and I've said it before. Um, so it does hold value. So it's something that if you're working as a chef and you already have certification, well then, employers will recognize it. They will definitely acknowledge it because,
Hmm.
as we said before, World Chefs is a trusted brand. That's without question. So, you know, okay. So as a culinary student, I can't apply. Yes, you can, Alicia. All you have to do is go onto our website, and we have a commie chef level. If you're working as a student, it's probably either going to be the commie chef level or the chef de partie level. They're the two badge levels that are most aligned with students studying in culinary arts, from whether it's a diploma or a higher diploma or a culinary degree. So they're the two levels. So yes, commie chef would be where you start. Again, take a look at the handbook and you'll get all the information. It's all there. But yeah, definitely, you're more than welcome. More than welcome. Okay, I as a professor in public school which belongs to what steps do I have to follow if I want student apply for one of these certifications? Yes, this is Gianmarco. Gianmarco, maybe we need to talk offline about this because there will be, yeah, let's see. I'm gonna send you by email and then you can we'll follow up on this because yes, you are one of our recognized schools.
Yeah, I recognize that name also,
Yeah,
City.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Another question is, John, from Stefan. I've written to you many times. I'm looking to have the Haitian Culinary Association to be associated with World Chefs. I'm also looking to start the Like a Chef program, and also I work with a couple of schools to see how we can offer certification to graduating and former students.
Okay. Well, what we can do, I don't know who he's written to, but I don't believe he's written. I don't recall the name. But what we'll do, Stephen, again, I'm going to give you my email, and we can definitely take this
And
offline.
take this offline. Yeah.
Yeah, sure, yeah, yeah,
Another question is, John, if I graduated from School of Hospitality and earned degrees from university with hotel,
yeah.
resto, food and beverage and culinary altogether, can I apply? Hospitality.
Yes, they can.
Okay, perfect.
They can, yeah.
Next question is, if we own our own business and the chef of
Sorry, Anand. Sorry, now just on a
Sorry,
point. They can apply. They can either probably apply for chef de partie level. Just
chef
an
de
FYI.
party level.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, okay. Another question is, if we own our own business and the chef of our business and plan to work with the industry, do we qualify? So if we get reassessed, we have take the pre-assessment and apply. If you-
If we own our own business and the chef of our business and planned to work with the industry, do we qualify? I don't understand that question. Hmm, maybe they can clarify a little bit
Yep,
more.
they can. I mean, what I
Yes.
would say is that they can read the handbook, see what level,
Yeah,
do the pre-assessment, see if the level fits. If not, then try to find another level. If it does, then they can apply for it. I'm
yeah.
not sure because the question isn't clear, but
No, it's not. No, no, it could be in fairness to them.
yeah.
Maybe trying.
Another question is, I'm a chef consultant and also a trainer in cookery, NCII, and bread and pastry production with photos and videos of my student. Does it count for CDP application? Chef de party.
At the party. Yeah, yeah. Where is it again? Sorry, where is it? Where is it? Okay, sure.
Anonymous attendee is asking, I'm a chef consultant and also a trainer in cookery, NCII, and bread and pastry production
Mhm.
with photos and videos of my students. Does it count for CDP application? As long as I think in terms of like photos and
Mm,
videos, I think we're getting a lot of questions on that. As long as you can
yeah.
show us the outcome. Also, you have little footnotes below that section in terms of what needs to be uploaded. You can see those, and you can read those instructions and see
Yeah, but
what.
if he's teaching as a culinary instructor, well then he most likely could apply for a culinary educator
Right.
if that's the case. That's what I seem to be getting from it anyway.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm a comic chef. Can I apply for chef de party right away? Comic chef. That depends on the year. What year? Okay.
Okay.
Lots of
Thank
questions.
you
So
so
look, what we can do as well. Sorry, I'm just thinking about time.
Yeah,
What we
sure.
can do is we will get back to these people. Any of the
Yes,
questions that we haven't answered today, we will most certainly get back to them.
definitely. And it's good to see a lot of interest. I know there
Great.
are some questions in the chat, some
Yeah,
questions
yeah,
we haven't answered, but we can take them offline and we can get back to you in an email. We can answer those in an email.
yeah, absolutely. And just to say as well, that we've had a huge number have said online. So thank you to every one of you for staying with us and for all the questions that you've asked. Absolutely amazing. And it's really excellent. So yeah, it's
Yeah,
important for
thank
us to
you.
thank you again for everything. And again, thanks to Nand and thanks to Isla and the team because without them and indeed without you guys, out there, chefs, we want to see as many more of you, opting for certification through World Chefs, the trusted
For
brand.
sure. Thank you, everyone. Thank
Okay,
you, Ella. Thank you, John. Thank you. Bye,
great.
guys.
Take care, everyone.